Now, every year, Time magazine selects its Person of the Year, and this year that cover spot goes to Pope Francis. He beat competition from the fugitive intelligence analyst Edward Snowden and Syria's President Assad. That's naming just a few.
Time magazine have named Pope Francis as their Person of the Year. The publication has credited him with changing the perception of millions who'd become disillusioned with the Vatican. He's the third pontiff to be given the title, following John the 23rd and John Paul II. Since his election 9 months ago, Pope Francis has tried to retain his humility in his first speech, asking the people to pray for him. I want to ask you to pray to God to bless me, the prayer of the people for their bishop.
In his first 9 months, has already done so much to change perceptions of what the Pope is, and also to draw attention to some of the biggest issues in the world today.
The award isn't meant to be an accolade, rather an acknowledgement of who's made the biggest impact on world news in 2013. The magazine said he had pulled the papacy out of the palace and into the streets, and admitted the risk that a church obsessed with its own righteousness could inflict more wounds than it heals.
In 9 short months, Pope Francis has captured the world's attention simply by being himself. A papacy marked by small, unscripted moments, such as his embrace of 8-year-old Dominic Gondreau of Rhode Island Easter Sunday. This is how Dominic's family captured the moment when the Pope kissed the boy with cerebral palsy. With Christmas approaching, Dominic's mother says it remains the greatest gift of the year.
It felt like a little kiss from heaven. Of all the people that were in St. Peter's Square, my son, who is a person that many people will just look over, was kissed.
The leader of a faith steeped in mystery, Francis is refreshingly approachable, snapping a selfie with tourists in St. Peter's, sharing the stage with a scene-stealing little boy, or washing the feet of detainees in a youth prison on Holy Thursday. Humility is his hallmark. This is a leader who pays his own hotel bill, rides in a used car, and always asks, "Pray for me." From the moment of silence in St. Peter's Square the night he was elected, to greeting journalists on the plane to Rio, his first overseas trip. I asked him to bless my Notre Dame medal. He asked me to pray for him. Are you kidding me? But his most famous words came on the flight back. When speaking about a gay priest, the Pope said, "Who am I to judge?" His words resonate far beyond the walls of the Vatican to the halls of world power. Russian President Vladimir Putin, in his September op-ed in the New York Times, noted the Pope's opposition to missile strikes in Syria. Earlier this month, President Obama quoted the Pope in a speech about income inequality.
It is Pope Francis saying, "This is how I know how to be a Christian, and I'm going to live at large."
With the simplest of acts.
We'll ask him about what the Pope said, and he'll say, "Secret."
Now shared with the world.
A very prestigious declaration given to a man.
Vatican spokesman Federico Lombardi's comment on Time's announcement was low-key.
The Pope does not look for honors, but he is happy if his message, as message of the love of God, is received and understood.
Others, like these pilgrims from the Amalfi Coast south of Naples, were not so subdued. The area around the Vatican now attracts more people and is far noisier than before.